Hi, everybody, and welcome to Charger 360, the official video podcast of the University of New Haven. I'm J.W. Stewart, former ESPN and NBC sports anchor, and I teach sport management here at the university.
And I'm Bruce Barber, former co-host of Smith & Barber, The Morning Show, also currently heard on WNPR. Support for WNPR comes from. And now I'm the general manager of 88.7 WNHU, our campus radio station.
Bruce, we didn't have to go too far to find today's guest.
No, we didn't.
Not at all.
Just on the other side of the wall, the glass over there, our guest today is Katie Asiel. Katie is a senior communication major at the University of New Haven. Her concentration is in film production and media entrepreneurship, and Katie's a crew member here on Charger 360, so she sees the hijinks from over there. Now she gets to be out here in the hot seat. Katie, welcome to Charger 360 and in the spotlight.
Thank you so much. It's an honor to be here.
Yes,
really.
Katie, this is where it all happens.
I really like it over here. It's a little bit cold over there. So.
Yeah, that's right.
Katie, tell us about where you're from and your path to the University of New Haven.
Yeah, so I'm from New Jersey originally. I love it there. A little bit of a happy accident ending up here, I would say. I didn't really know about the University of New Haven. I was having one of those freak out moments in high school, as we all do. And I was like, where do I want to go? You know, I was actually in the closet of my choir room with my friend because I was the treasurer. And that's when we counted all the money. And I was like, Grace, I don't know where I'm going to go. I don't know what I'm going to do. I wanted to go for theater. I wanted to work in performance. But realistically, I thought that's not the best path for me. But I wanted something to do with it. So I was like, you know what? If I can't be in front of the camera or the stage, let me be behind it. Why not? So I'm looking through schools, kind of freaking out with my friend a little bit, and she's going through schools, and I landed on like Emerson and Pace and all of these great schools, and then UNH pops up. She's like, what about this place? Connecticut. I'm like, Connecticut? Why would I want to go to Connecticut? But then I visited here, and I remember you actually being one of the people that was there.
Yeah.
And I was in the back row, obviously. I used to be very, very shy. So I was in the back row and I was listening. And just differently from other schools, the way that you spoke about the school and just spoke about the students in general was so inspiring to me. Just because, you know, a lot of places, they're very prestigious. And it's all about, you want to get in here, you want to be here because we're the best. With you guys, it was more so, you want to be here because we'll help you learn.
Wow.
And
thank
we'll
you.
be there for you and just, you know.
That's so nice to hear.
Good job, Bruce.
Yeah, you got me here. So thank you very much.
Quite aware of my when things go well. But so it's interesting you say that because I do just, I was speaking from the heart, you know, when we do have families that come in and people are thinking about it. And it is one of the things that it's a cliche, but it's a cliche because it's true that we really do care about our students. And talk a little about our department, because it's great to have someone. So the radio station's in the Department of Communication, Film, and Media Studies. We've got such rock star faculty members, right? Everyone from, you know, Tom Garrett and Paul Falcone and Wayne Edwards and Nikki Shavoya and Susan Campbell and Diane Smith, and I could go on and on. So talk a little about your experience and the courses you've taken and what your journey has been like in the department.
Yeah, well, I mean, the professors, they are the best people that you could possibly know. You know, my freshman year, I was still a little bit on the shyer side. I have to thank Nikki so much, Natalie Chavoya, for just bringing me out of my shell. I took, you know, the regular fundamental classes. I discovered that film is definitely more my forte instead of TV. Even though I love TV, I'm not really great with it. So yeah, it was really that Fundamental Productions 2 class that brought me out. And from there, I went on to meeting a lot of people during my sophomore year. And that's when I actually met Paul Falcone. And he gave me so many opportunities. I started working for the Media Hub as a media assistant. I started working for Advancements as a media assistant, which was great. I'm still working for them. And yeah, from there, I've worked on music videos. I've been director of photography for things. I've been a director for one of my favorite projects. We're actually submitting it this year for a Student Production Award, which I'm very proud of. And yeah, I've been around. I try to do as much as I possibly can for the department.
What is the film that you guys are submitting?
So it's called My Man. I talk about it a lot. It's a romance thriller. I don't like to give too much away because it's only 30 minutes, so I kind of want people to watch it. But yeah, it's a romance thriller. It touches on morality and love and ambition, and it's one of my proudest pieces. I really love it.
And one of the things that we are very proud about in our department is the fact that we have when I say we, it really is all about, it was started by Tom Garrett and Paul Falcone, but they take a group of students every year to the Cannes Film Festival. And you don't just go see this fancy film festival, you actually do an internship and you work with some of the big production companies, and you went as a sophomore.
I did.
So tell us about that.
So I was actually the youngest one there, I believe. Such an amazing experience. I mean, it was my first time out of the country, so I got my passport just to go. I was scared, I'm not going to lie, just because, my first time on a plane for that long too, I was like, oh my gosh. But then you get there and it was just such a magical experience. Being there and doing the internship with Film USA was just enlightening. The internship in itself is very easy. It's basically networking. They may have changed it from when I went, but it's basically a lot of networking. You do some bartending work. You open the pavilion where you're going to be at. It's all very easy, but you just meet these fantastic people. And you go to these workshops and you're able to dress up and go to these movie premieres. And it's 2 weeks that feel like a whole semester worth of things. And if anybody has the opportunity to go, I will be the first person to be like, you have to. You have to just work it together, get on the plane and just go there, because it's really just the most magical experience.
Awesome.
In the 2 weeks that you were there, did you meet anybody famous?
Oh, let me tell you. So I didn't meet them, but I was walking back from a premiere, and in front of the casino, there was this limo, and we're looking at all of these cars and everything, and obviously there's probably a lot of famous people in these cars, but there I see Jacob Elordi. Do you know who Jacob Elordi is?
Wow, yeah. Yeah.
He comes out of a car, and I'm like,
big dude.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, I know who that is. And so I saw him, and then I also saw Willem Dafoe.
Wow.
On a screen. I was a little ways away from him, but that's a good thing because I would have freaked out. There's a few celebrities that I feel like if I actually met in person, I wouldn't think they're real. One being Willem Dafoe, and the other probably Meryl Streep. Love her.
Now,
she wasn't there, though.
So you're studying with Paul Falcone,
Yes.
and he's so incredibly knowledgeable. Have you kind of figured out at this point what your strengths are in the production of a film?
So I definitely think that I work best as a director. Other areas, I will do what I need to do and I enjoy it just as much. I just think that directing is where I fit. I really love to be a leader. I really love to make big decisions and be able to take control of an environment and make something really special and have people know that they could fall back on me. So I just think that that is where I'm meant to be. And yeah, I can thank him for that too, for giving me all of those opportunities. When I first got the, opportunity to do the Film 2 assignment, My Man, he called me on the phone and he was like, "Are you ready for this?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, yeah, I'm ready." So yeah, thanks to him, I was able to kind of really step into that role, and it solidified that this is what I'm meant to do.
The movie My Man that you directed, you said it's a half an hour. How long did it take you and the crew to actually shoot the movie and edit the movie? All that goes into whittling it down to a half an hour.
Yeah, so pre-production takes, for the class, pre-production takes most of the class. So that's probably I would say like 80% of the semester goes into casting and finding different, materials for the production and getting your PAs together and just everything that goes on behind the scenes. And from there, we spend 3 days, and 3 days only, shooting it. So we have to get it done in those 3 days. It's a lot of pressure. But you're able to have rehearsals and stuff if you so choose to do so. So after those 3 days, we had to do a few reshoots, which thankfully the wonderful actress that we used, Greta Hicks, she has similar hands to me. So I was able to do reshoots with my hands and not bother her all the way in New York. And then the editing, that probably took the longest. I'm not an editor. And I edited a lot of that film, and it was very hard. Thankfully, my good friend Mackenzie, she stepped in a little bit of the way through, and she helped me a lot with the little technical things that I just could not get. So I really can't thank her enough for that. But we pulled multiple all-nighters trying to get it done. So I would say, probably a whole school year we've been working on this film.
Wow. And it's really cool. We've got some legit gear here at the University of New Haven, don't we? We've got the Red camera, which is pro level, absolutely pro level stuff. And we're in a studio now where there's a green screen area over there. Did you shoot anything on sets in here?
Not on the green screen, but the reshoots, we actually used, you guys can't see it, I'm sorry, but we actually used off on the side, the walls, and then we have the other props and stuff in here that we put, and we redressed, so the reshoots happened in here, which was a lot of fun. And I
saw that, so you've got dollies that you can do dolly shots, and it's just incredible.
Yeah.
And then post-production, incredible.
Oh yeah, and we used all of it. I was not an easy director. I was like, I want this, I want the Steadicam. We had to call a guy up, and he had to come and do the Steadicam. So we have a lot incorporated in the movie.
Where can people see the movie, my man?
So, unfortunately, because it's up for competition, I can't publicly, put it out there yet. However, if somebody wants to email me or text me and say, hey, I really want to see it, maybe it's on YouTube unlisted. I don't know. You got to ask me. I don't know. So, yeah.
So you want to be a director.
I do.
Right? And you're going to graduate in May. Mm-hmm. What is your path from graduation to being in the director's chair?
Yeah, great question. So, I've thought about this a lot, and I'm unfortunately not in the position where I can just do a lot of internships, and I have to make my own money. So the best way in for me, logistically, I think would be going into some sort of social media management or commercial work and networking as much as possible, getting into these places. And from there, working my way up and making enough for myself and making my name known enough so either somebody wants me or I have enough to fund myself. Any way possible, I am going to make sure that I am one day directing something that means a lot.
That is so smart. I mean, that's my advice to students always, is that you may not get your dream job right out of college. You've got to make money. I always tell them to try to live as frugally as possible.
Yeah.
But to try to find something that's adjacent to the dream job that will do exactly what you're talking about, which is put you in a position where you can meet the right people and turn it into your dream job.
Mm-hmm.
Katie, last question for you. What's your advice for prospective students and their parents who are watching this show? Why should they attend the University of New Haven?
I mean, you have to come here. It's the absolute best school and the best choice that I have ever made in my entire life. I was saying before how shy I was in the beginning. I'm still a little shy, but not as much, You meet these incredible people, not even just professors, but these people that really help you guide yourself in such a way. I have friends who are younger than me that are students, and they believe in me sometimes more than I believe in myself. You make such special connections, and the professors, they treat you like people, not just students, but they treat you like you're an individual, and they point you out, and they will know your name, and it is just such an amazing place to go to find what you are meant to do in your life. So.
Wow.
Future Academy Award winning director Katie
Please.
Asiel. You met her here first on Charger 360. Katie, thank you. You've certainly made a name for yourself here at the University of New Haven, and we know you're going to make a name for yourself after you graduate as well. Best of luck to you.
Thank you very much, guys.
And that'll wrap up this edition of Charger 360, telling the stories of the University of New Haven. If you want to be on the show, it's simple. Just drop us a line. You can email Bruce at bbarber@newhaven.edu or yours truly at jstewart@newhaven.edu. If you want to watch any of our previous episodes, go to newhaven.edu/news/Charger360. For Katie, for Bruce, I'm Jay Dowd. Thanks for watching Charger 360. We'll see you next time, everybody.